Hi, my name's Tim, and I'm the founder of Ecard Widget. Today I'm going to show you how Ecard Widget works and how to get started. Our app is great for all kinds of use cases. Today, we're going to check out a few examples, then we're going to create our first eCard and share it, and I'll even show you how to add it to any website. First, I wanted to show you Dwayne The Rock Johnson's company, Terra. They designed some amazing e-cards. They launched a Valentine's Day marketing campaign and offered cards for their customers and social media followers to send to loved ones. And if we open this up, you can see that you can fill this form out, personalize it, and send it. You can also share it via SMS, Facebook, Instagram, social media. You can copy and share the link, download it. There's plenty of options here. So real quick, let's take a look at what it looks like when we fill it out. So I've added my recipient. It's from me to my wife, and I've got a personal message, and I can even mark it to notify me when my wife opens the card, and I can even set it for Valentine's Day. To see what it looks like, I'm going to hit preview, and I can see here what my card looks like. I can see my personal message, and I can see that they have the card branded. They've got their logo, they've got their colors, they've got their social media links to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And they even have a link for me to go back and send more manograms, or my wife. She can send one back to me with the way they have it set up. So I'm going to go back, and that looks great. And there's also the ability, there's the address book, and the rest of this looks great. So that is Terra. The next example is Lutheran Living Senior Campus. In this example, they have set this page up with categorized options. So they've got birthdays, they've got Christmas, you name it. So they've got all these options, and these are available to be sent by friends and family to residents at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. So this is a really neat way to categorize and add and make available e-cards on your website. The next example is SolarAid, a nonprofit. And what they are doing is they're accepting donations in exchange for an e-card. So in this example, I've already filled out. I can see that on this product, this Shopify product page, I've got this e-card form, and I've filled this out. I've got it marked for my wife. And if I hit preview, you can see that it's branded with their logo. You can see my recipient's name. You can see my name is part of the template. And you can even see my personal message. So this is what it's going to look like when it gets emailed to her. And it looks great. They've also branded the colors in the form itself. And you can even schedule it as well. So if you click add to cart, we can then see that it's in the cart, and now you just have to go ahead and check out. So this next example is from a publicly traded company called Modivcare, and they are using Ecard Widget. Their culture team is using Ecard Widget to launch a peer-to-peer employee recognition campaign so that their employees can send e-cards to one another to recognize, to highlight these core values of the company, and just to send birthday cards, congratulations, all types of things. This makes employees feel valued and increases employee retention, and is a really cool initiative that they've launched. And so that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to log into our account. So I've already got an account created. So this is my new account. It's empty. I've got this widget here. And a widget is essentially, think of it as like a category or a group of e-cards. It's like a gallery of your e-cards, but it's just a way for you to group them together. We're going to go ahead and create our first e-card. And I'm going to give it a name. It's just going to be a thank you card. And there are templates I can choose from, or I can upload an image if I want. I'm just going to go ahead and choose a template. And we're looking for a thank you card. There's one. And I can change this. I can change the font. And I can also add, say, let's just add my logo. So I'm going to add my logo. There we go. Now I've got my logo on there, added some branding, and let's just leave it at that. I'm going to hit apply. So we got our thank you card, and I can put a message down here. You can add to the body, which supports HTML. You can add images, you name it. So in the body, I'm just going to say a friend sent you an amazing e-card. Okay, so we've created our first e-card over here, but there are some options on the left we want to take a look at. So there's the email subject, and this is what the recipient will see when they receive this in their inbox. So this little code right here will get replaced by the sender's name. So if Bob sends the e-card, it'll say Bob sent you an e-card when the recipient opens it. And these tags are pretty handy. So you can actually copy these and you can use them anywhere. For instance, down here, I can say, instead of a friend sent you an amazing e-card, I can replace a friend and I can paste in this code. It'll say, so if it's for me, it'd say, Tim sent you an amazing thank you card. And I can disable this e-card. The next category or the next section is scheduling. So I can turn on and off the option for people to be able to schedule this for later. There is the ability to redirect after the e-card is sent by the sender. So you can then redirect the sender to a landing page with more information or a donation page for nonprofits. There's the ability to add a video link and the field text token. So this is the code I was talking about right here. There are many options actually. You can actually include the personal message within the body. Normally gets just added by itself, but you can do this as well. You can get the sender's name, email address, recipients, all that kind of stuff. So you have these options as well. And you can even set the name and description, the title for how it will be displayed on social media when it's shared. And that's a pretty good coverage of this. So we're going to go ahead and save. So you can see here that here's our card. Before we dig in here, I'm going to go ahead and add a few more cards. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll come right back. Okay, now I've added some more cards to my widget. Let's go ahead and take a preview and we can see they're all available here in the widget. This is the gallery we were discussing earlier. And you can see this preview that we can interact with these, test them out. We can even use all these options to customize the widget. So there is the widget accent color, so I can change that to fit my brand. So if my color was purple, I can then brand this widget to match my color there. And I can change the language of the widget. I can change which options are available. The theme, there's this masonry theme, which displays a title. And I'm going to go ahead and just use grid for now. There, you can customize a CSS. So it really lends itself to full customization with very few limits. And there's the ability to make the personal message required. You can change the thumb style to fit. You can change the height of these boxes over here. And I'm going to switch that back to the way it was. So it's really handy, and you can change background colors for each of the thumbnails. And you can even add, so by default, when I hover over, it says share, but I want it to say send. So now it says send, you can see in the preview. And I want a caption to let people know that they can click to send the e-card. So now there's captions on each of the designs that people have a call to action to click. And so you can set how many e-cards are in each row. I'm just going to do 2. And you can set per page. So if I want to do 2 per page, now I have this little navigator down at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at just to display all of them for now. And the next one, I can set a limit on how many e-cards can be sent at a time per user. So each person that comes to this can then send cards. but they'll be limited to whatever number you set here. But if you set it to 0, then they can send as many as they want. And you can allow for recipients to get notified when, or sorry, the sender to get notified when the recipient opens the eCard. And you can turn that option on and off right here. And you can even include a link in the email for the recipient or the recipient of the notification to send more eCards later. And that pretty much covers all the options you have available to you when it comes to customizing the actual widget. So we'll go ahead and hit save. And the other thing I want to cover is how we can brand our actual eCard layout. So we can add in here, we're just going to add our logo. So we're going to hit our logo, hit save. Now we can see our logo up here. There's a few other options here, but we're going to leave these blank for now. This just gives your widget a name. And if you don't have a logo, you can just add a heading title up at the top, but we can leave that blank. And you can include your website so that when someone clicks on your logo, they will be directed to your website. And you can change all of your brand colors. You can change the background, the heading background. You can change the body background and the link colors, the text colors, all these options. So for instance, if I want to change the background to black, there you go. So for this demo, I'm just going to do a light blue to match my brand. So let's just do that. And we can also bump up the font size on the email, and then we can add our social media links. So I'm going to add Facebook, and then I'm going to add Twitter and LinkedIn. And I'll leave the others blank. We're going to hit save. And now we can see our social media links and our logo. So we've got a branded layout. And if we go preview our eCards now, and I hit preview, I can then see my logo and everything in here. If I hit test, we can then see test sent you amazing eCard. And it looks good. So the next thing we can look into is adding this to our website. The next thing I wanted to show you before we continue is I just want to show you the coverage and the support that we have for integrating your widget on your website. So regardless of what platform you're using, we support WordPress, Shopify, Weebly, BigCommerce, Squarespace, Wix, you name it, any website platform we can integrate eCard widget with. And if you want to even sell eCards, we have built-in ways to do that. You can do it through Shopify as well. And so just wanted to show you that real quick. So let's get back to adding this to your website. So there's the WordPress option. And for this demo, we're just going to use the embed code. So let's copy this. Let's go to our website and we're going to add a new page. All right, so on our new page, I'm just going to call it my eCard or send. So what I'm going to do in here is pretty much every website editor has a way for you to add an HTML section. And so you're going to paste this in here. And now you've got your HTML code in here. And we're going to hit preview. And now we can see our website with our eCards available to any website visitor to hop in here and send. So it's very easy to integrate. Okay, so we added the widget to our website. And the other option that I want to show you is if you don't want to add it to your website, you can also just grab this share link and just have a public page. Now you can link this, share it internally. This will not be indexed by search engines, so people have to have the direct link to access this. And if you need to add a password or anything like that, could be available as well. Just reach out and we can get that set up for you. So let's come back here and let's look at what else is available. So you can go to the stats page and we can see You can see how many emails were sent. You can see how many times the widget has been viewed. You can see how many downloads, how many times it's been copy and pasted, email opens, all these types of things, social media shares. So you can keep an eye on all these stats. You can also see how many scheduled emails there are. You can turn on logging as well. So you can log all the senders and recipient emails. You can allow them to opt into a mailing list. There's also various settings. There's white label options. So you can, for instance, disable this powered by Ecard message on the email itself. And in the widget, you can use your own domain in the links, and you can send from your own email address as well to keep it fully branded and white labeled. That option's available. You can get blind carbon copies of all emails that get sent out. There are ways to set a predefined email recipient, which is useful in certain cases, often with hospitals that want families of patients to be able to send the patient an email and it just goes to the office email address. So it's a predefined set thing. And you also have email logging options. This is where you can turn on what gets tracked and logged and how to opt in. And you can even limit which IP addresses have access to the widget. So if you want to use it internally in a company or something. And the other options here are you can add your own custom translation. You can change any of the text in the widget or in the emails using this feature. And we also have the Shopify integration and Zapier as well. So you can hook in to Zapier and connect your data with any other app out there. Anytime an eCard's sent, you can log that information to a Google spreadsheet, to MailChimp. You can subscribe someone to your newsletter automatically. So there's a lot of power there as well. So I think that pretty much covers everything you need to know to get started, and then some advanced stuff as well. So welcome to Ecard Widget. I hope this video has been helpful. And if I forgot anything or if you have any other questions, just reach out, visit our help center, and happy to offer support, hop on a call, whatever you need. And I hope you enjoy. Thanks.